Okay, and we're back. Wow, 2 days in a row. This is pretty fabulous, almost. But yeah, it is now Wednesday, October 29th. Halloween's in a few days. Getting another video in. Today's video. I'm Amy, by the way. Hi. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for being here. And hope you enjoy it. Can like it, subscribe, whatever. No pressure. Anyway, I'm going to go over my drink. Um, some books I got from the library. I borrowed from the library. So yeah. So I did finish last night. I did finish Lucky Day by Chuck Tingle. Really liked it. Um, yeah, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. It was chaotic and interesting and bizarre and yeah, it was I liked this last one and I like this one, so it looks like me and Chuck Tingle are buddies. Those are the only two I've read of his, so but yeah, high hopes for any others. Um, I think he wrote Camp Damascus. I haven't read that one. I've heard about that one. Some booktubers I watched said they really liked that one. Um, we'll see. We'll see if I get to that soon, but I don't know. I got a pile of library books to get through, and I was thinking I'm going to do, if I don't do it tomorrow, some in the beginning of November, I'll do my November TBR beans. I didn't do one in, I don't know if I did one in September. I know I didn't do anything. This is October. It's like down the down the hole because I haven't really. And this is the only videos I've done in October. I think I'm pretty sure. I think the last one I did was. I think the last video I did was August. So yeah, I guess I didn't do any videos in September. Anyway, we're here. We're back. No worries. Talking about books, and I drank my coffee, and so I have some left over. I didn't drink it all. It's been in the fridge, so I figured I'd drink this too. I know there are going to be some haters out there. That's okay. It's zero. It's zero sugar, if that counts. But it's a Monster Ultra Vice Guava. I do like the guava one. Monster. I'm a Monster fan. Not just it's kind of the light green color. Not just in October. But I do like the white one, the sugar, and I get the sugar-free ones now. I used to drink the Monster. It was the black can with the green M, but I've switched to sugar-free, and I like them, and I'm finding ones that I like. And the white one, I think it's Ultra something. It's sugar-free. I really like that one. I really like the Squava one. I really like. This is not paid. It's not a. I wish I could get some free monsters. That would be great. I do drink occasionally the smaller can of the Red Bull sugar-free ones, and I've tried the Starbucks has some new energy drinks. There's three different ones. I've tried. We'll get to the book haul in a minute. I've tried so they have watermelon, a peach, and a blueberry. Let me tell you, that blueberry, it sucks. I, I don't know, maybe it was me and my taste buds didn't mesh with it, but I would rather drink a bottle of NyQuil than drink the Red Bull, I mean the Starbucks blueberry one energy drink. And they're the small cans. I think they're a 12 ounce, 11, 12 ounce. I don't know. Daisy one's in. Pause. Okay, had to yell through the door. Um, yeah, did not like the blueberry one of the Starbucks the new energy ones. But the peach and the watermelon were okay. Those are sugar free and it said natural caffeine. Um, I don't know if it's any better for you than the whatevers, but yeah, we're on to this. It still tastes good. It's been in the fridge open for a couple of days. I know it sounds really sad, but I don't think these are carbonated. I have no idea. Moving on to the book haul. Cheers. Little extra today. Oh, before we get to the book haul, like I said, I did finish Lucky Day, and I have started. I got just a little ways into. I don't think I got through the first chapter. Yeah, I'm not completely through the first chapter, but I started How to Survive a Slasher. It's a teen horror um one, and it's going okay. Like I said, I haven't even got through the first chapter, but it's going okay. So hopefully we'll get this through before, well, I want to finish it tomorrow so I can take it back to the library, but we'll see. Anyway, so here we go with our, now we just spent 5 minutes talking about nothing. Um, I have one doggo in here, my doggy girl Minnie. She's laying in her bed. Hopefully she'll be quiet. Daisy's outside, barking at the door. She'll go away and be with her nana. Um, he knows it just okay. All right. So these are the books I borrowed from the library. I'm trying to get through them. So they're probably going to be, well, some of them aren't due till November 12th. But the first one, it's a twofer. So this is Stephen Graham Jones, which I like. Some of his books are hit or miss with me, so I'm hoping I'll like these. But this is two stories in one book. This is Killer on the Road, and then the other one, if you flip it over, it is The Babysitter Lives. So it's a little chunky, but it's actually two stories. So the way this works is you have this one here. So if you turn it around, that's upside down, but you have to flip it around. So you flip the book around. So like you flip the book around to read that part, and then you get to this, and then you flip it around, turn it. It's kind of like a game, and then you get to, this part of the book. So it's Killer on the Road and The Babysitter Lives, Stephen Graham Jones, horror. It says it's new. I don't know. I think I did see The Babysitter Lives. I thought it was on Kindle or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure these are both on Kindle. But this was says it's new. I don't know how new. I don't know how long they keep their new tag on the library book. It says first Sega Press Tradeback Edition, July 2025. Okay, so this paperback was put in 2025, but I think the came out in, thought I seen a 2022 Babysitter 2022, Killer on the Road 2025. Okay, so there. So this is I got from the library, and this one so all of these, well, except for one, because it's nonfiction. Now there's not a lot of booktubers. I watch some tubers that read nonfiction. There's not a lot of you out there. You know, you gotta fall in love with history, I guess. Anyway, so most of these I've seen on booktubers. And this one I seen on, if I remember who I seen them with, I might have seen them on multiple people. So don't get sad if those people are watching and I didn't mention your thing. I'm sorry. My brain only remembered one. This one I think I seen from Gabby Reads, but this is Party of Liars, Kelsey Cox. This sounded really interesting. So it's a girl's birthday party. I think it's her 16th birthday party, and somebody dies at her party. It's a thriller. It's new. It came out in, I think it just came out this last year, maybe 2025. This year, yeah. So yeah, so that's what I know about that one. It's 16th birthday party. It's a black tie bash in the heart of a Texas hill country where secrets are as deep rooted as the sprawling live oaks. So her dad has renovated some mansion who it was once thought to be haunted from by people, and then there's a murder or a death or something. It says three-tiered red velvet cake. Oh, I love. How about you? And a body falls from the balcony onto the starlit dance floor below. Okay, a little thriller there at a 16th birthday party. This one I've heard probably from everybody on YouTube, booktubers. Such Sharp Teeth, Rachel Harrison. Now I did finish Black Sheep, and I said it was okay. I liked it. It just probably wasn't my cup of tea. This one I did get last year, and I was going to read it for Halloween, and I didn't get. I read just a little bit of it. I think I read it on my through the Libby app, and I had to return it, and I didn't get back to it. But I was liking it what I read. Obviously, It's probably about a werewolf, and, yeah, but it's Rachel Harrison. Such sharp teeth. And then and this has been all over YouTube. I'm a slow. When did the sharp teeth come out? Um, I am not telling you how many pages they are either. Uh, in the 2000s. That's, what does it say? 2022. I guess it's been out for a few years. And this one is Riley Sager, The Only One Left. Heard a lot of good things about this one, so I thought I'd try this one out. It was actually on the shelf in my library. So I thought, well, I have read by him Final Girls, The Last Time I Lied, and then the newest one, the the one that just came out. I read that one. Not the With a Vengeance. I did have that borrowed from the library, but I had to take it back, and I didn't think I was gonna get to it soon. But it was the one Middle of the Night. That was okay. So I'm kinda hit or miss with Riley Sager, so I don't know, but I hear really good things about this one. And this is about, if you don't know, I think it's about a lady, an old lady who lives on a house on a cliff on a I don't know if it's an island or where. Um, there was a family that was murdered. It's the Maine coast, in 1929. And then most people assume 17-year-old Lenore was responsible. And so now it's 1983, and a home health aide, Kit, arrives at a decaying Hope's End to care for Lenora. And then I guess Lenora might end up spilling the beans on what really happened that night. Mhm. Yeah, I'm sure you heard about it. It's been all over. This one is the nonfiction. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. This was also on the shelf of my library. I was looking around when I went to collect some books, and of course, like I usually do, I find something that I want that I haven't reserved. So this is by Mary Annette Pember. It's Medicine River, and it's the story of survival and the legacy of Indian boarding schools, which I find very interesting because that just seems such a wild concept that they would take these kids away from their parents just because they're Native American and try to make them like you. But anyway, that's a whole tangent I can go off on for several days. But yeah, so that's pretty much self-explanatory. Indian boarding schools. Um, I'd never heard of this. I just seen it on the shelf at the library, and I didn't even read the synopsis. I just seen the cover and I read the title and I was like, yeah, I want to read that. So and then actually November there's a thing, there's a readathon or something on in November. It's Nonfiction November. I forget who puts that on, but I'll try to find out who. I know I've heard it from I'm a blank. Anyway, when we get to November, we'll talk about Nonfiction November. But because there's quite a few nonfiction books I want to read, but like I said, there's only 30 days in November, and I'm a slow reader. So I've got through quite a bit more than I thought I would in October, but here we are. So this boarding school one says from the mid 19th century to the late 1930s, tens of thousands of Native children were pulled from their tribal communities to attend boarding schools whose stated aim was to save the Indian by way of assimilation. In reality, those boarding schools, sponsored by the U.S. government, but often run by various religious orders with little to no regulation, were a calculated attempt to dismantle tribes by pulling apart Native American families. hmm And it was pretty bad because children were beaten for speaking their native languages, denied food, clothing, and comfort, and forced to work menial jobs in terrible conditions, all while utterly deprived of love and affection. Yeah, that worked out well, didn't it? Boarding schools for Native American children. hmm Anyway, I'm sure I'll have a lot to say about that. And yeah, so there's that one. And then this one I've been hearing about, and I've been wanting to read it for a while. And I was able to get it from the library, and this is Lucinda Berry's Saving Noah. So I've heard this is a, a psychological thriller, hard read. Haven't read any Lucinda Berries yet, but I've heard I did well, you see my book, if you see my book haul, I just got a Lucinda Berry from I bought at a charity shop. So this one, it's not very big either. It's really short. It's like, what is it? 256 pages. It's like, so yeah. So I heard this is good. It's going to be, I've been warned, it's a hard read. It's about Noah, who an honor roll student, award-winning swimmer, and a small-town star destined for greatness. There wasn't any signs that something was wrong until the day he confesses to little girls during swim team practice. He's sentenced to 18 months in juvenile sexual rehabilitation. 18 months. You know, uh, it's. Mm. His mother, Adrian, refused to turn her back on him despite his horrific crimes, but her husband won't allow Noah back into their home. I understand. In a series of shocking and shattering revelations, Adrian is forced to make the hardest decision of her life. Just how far will she go to protect her son? So it's going to be a difficult read. That's a hard topic. It's anything like that. And then the last one I have here, this is a new one too. I think this one, I know I seen this Gabby Reads, her channel, and I feel like there was a couple more people, and don't remember what if they liked it or if they didn't or if it was okay. But it's How to Survive a Horror Story by Mallory Arnold. So that's like a little wax stamp there. That was cute. Um, Neat, funny, whatever. Um, it's just black with this pink writing, and it looks like a door behind it. You can't see because of the glare, but anyway, I know. Stop moving it around him. Um, so yeah, so this one is it just came out. I want to say last month, a few months ago. I'm not sure. 2025. Yeah, I know it's this year, but I don't know. That's cool. How to Survive a Horror Story. It's like that reminds me of if anybody watches Masterpiece Theater, the British like mystery movie um show. Uh that's what that reminded me of. I'm just waiting for that lady that falls off the edge of the building. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just ignore me. Um there's some more things here. Interesting. Has names. Oh, so I remember what they were saying. Something about this is like if you took the game Clue and something else and like meshed it. I don't know if this was Scream and Clue. I don't know. Something I was thinking I was going to borrow. It had to do with like they said it was like if you like the movie Scream, you would like I'm a big fan of the movies, the Scream series. It says when legendary horror author Mortimer Queen passes, a group of writers find themselves invited to his last will and testament reading, expecting a piece of his massive fortune. Each has their own unique connection to the literary icon. Some some known, some soon to be discovered, and they've been waiting for their chance to step into the author's shoes for some time. Instead, they arrive at his grand manor and are invited to play a game. The rules are simple: solve the riddle and progress to the next room. If they don't, the manor will take one of them for itself. You will see the Queen estate was built on the bones of Mortimer's family, and like any true horror story, there's tape over the next word, blank, is still very, very hungry. Hmm. Mallory Arnold is 27 years old, editor, writer who resides in Nashville, Tennessee, with her husband and three cats. Doesn't say their names. She's part of the Women's Fiction Writers Association and enjoys writing drama, thriller, and horror. In her spare time, Mallory is tackling her goal of running a marathon in every state of the country. Wow, that's you're gonna be busy. Anyway, How to Survive a Horror Story. Sounds interesting. Okay, that's it. That's my book haul. Oh, I am picking up a book from the library. It is it's another nonfiction. I checked it out before, but I wasn't gonna get to it, so I had to turn it back in. So I got back on the list, and that one is due to pick up, and it is Murderland by, let me see if I can bring it up. Murderland. And then the next, whenever I do the video after, or whenever I get to that one, um, I'll show you the book. But there it is. Who is it? Come on, come on, come on. We don't have time to waste. It is Caroline Fraser, Murderland, Crime and Bloodlust in the Time of Serial Killers. And on the picture on the page, at first I couldn't figure out there's a kind of a faded picture of this guy on the front, and I couldn't figure out who it was. And then it said, and I was like, oh, okay, I see it now. I think it's supposed to be Ted Bundy on there. Anyway, so that's I'm picking up at the library. I'm hoping there's another one. I'm hoping I have. I'll just tell you what I have on hold since we're here. Um, I don't know how many holds I have. I keep finding books I want to read, and I keep watching you booktubers out there, and lo and behold, my TB I only have 10. Oh, I have 10 holds, but that's some Libby stuff. I have 5. Um, I keep finding books to put on my TBR. Thank you, booktubers. So the ones I have on hold at the library, there's a little bit of wait. This one I think I heard from Gabby Reads also. Breathe In, Bleed Out, a novel by Brian McAuley. I think this one might have had to do with the Scream um, movie similarity, I think she said. I can't remember. Then there's S.A. Cosby's, his new one, King of Ashes. I've been waiting. I'm number 8 of 30 now. And then I just heard about Joe Hill's King of Sorrow. I actually haven't read any Joe Hill, but I have seen Nosferatu. They did a TV series, or yeah, a series. I did like that. I don't think I've seen the last episode. I'm gonna have to go back. But I've been wanting to read some Joe Hill. If you don't know, he's Stephen King's son, and he is just as good as Stephen, I think. Even though I haven't read his stuff, but I've heard rave reviews about his writing, and he's did comics, and he's did stuff for TV. Stuff like that. Just like his dad. Actually, all of Stephen's kids have written something. I I think his daughter wasn't interested in writing, but I don't know. But he has another son, Owen King, who has written um, a couple of novels, I think. Anyway, and then the last one I have is Tastes Like Candy by Jessica Lacey. I am says I'm one of one. It's been a while I've been on hold, but I this is I think it's a teen horror. I'm not sure. I want to say a young YA horror. I can't remember who's booktube I've seen that, but it sounded really interesting. And I think this is the first in a series. So it sounds like a teenage horror prom night, whatever, tastes like candy disaster. But yeah, so that's my hold. So I should be picking up. Is there anything in transit? No. I just have Murderland, A Crime and Bloodlust in the Time of Serial Killers to pick up on Friday, on Halloween, where we're going to get pizza for Halloween like we usually do. We have Papa Murphy's around here, the Take and Bake Pizza, and they do a jack-o'-lantern pizza, pepperoni pizza that we usually get every year. It's a tradition. I made it a tradition because it's fun. You can watch the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown because, you know, I'm not a scaredy cat, but I do enjoy a good nostalgia, on a holiday. But that is it for the library. Um, my library haul, I guess. Let's see here. If I do this again, yesterday they dropped. So reading. Gonna see. Now we're gonna see. So this is the books. I don't know if you can see. There, look. Yep, that's them. And if you're super lucky, we'll be back here tomorrow with maybe something like my TBR for November. I have to think about that today. So, okay. Thanks for coming by. Nice seeing you again. Hope you have a good weekend. Enjoy your Halloween. Don't, run into any monsters or crazy teens. Babysitting by yourself and going into the woods is probably not a good idea. Any other day but that, okay? All right, thanks. Have a good one.